What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. It's Khadija
Nancy.
back again with another video. So we finally wanted to close out our biblical dating Bible studies. So the first one was on your single season and how we feel God calls us to use our time while we're single to really better ourselves and better our relationships with Him. And so today we wanted to talk about
So today we wanted to talk about a little bit.
Why?
Today we wanted to talk a little bit about, hey, what happens next? So you're dating, you're fully committed to that relationship, and you just really want to know how to actually take it to the next step in that relationship. We decided that we just want to point out or highlight just a few things that you can do today to prepare your relationship for the future.
So, the first point that we would like to mention is about red flags. And I don't believe that red flags are something that you should be going out there and looking for, and you should have your partner under a microscope. Even if your partner might need a little fine tuning here and there, he might need it. I don't listen. But what my point is that if you establish that standard from the beginning that you all are equally yoked, are you seeing that this person just has a form of godliness and they don't have a true foundation in Christ? So how can 1 Timothy 3:1-7 be applied to this? So if you look at your partner, are they lovers of money? Are they lovers of themselves? Are they disrespectful to their parents? How do they treat people when you're out on a date and you're at a restaurant? Like, how do they treat people they don't know? Those are the kind of things that you should be looking at. And one other thing is, like, even if you're talking to them, are you able to communicate with them and offer them advice without them being defensive or just rude and not taking your advice? Those are some things that you should also be looking for.
Definitely. And just along the same lines, so something that both Khadija and I decided to do, just along the lines of communication, is that her and I we decided to take about a week and a half, and we said, okay, you want to know what? Let's sit down and up front, let's say, and this was about 6 or 7 months into us being together, and it was like, hey, listen, like, let's sit down and
Way
make.
before that.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
probably
way
was.
before it.
So this was about, I would say, 3 or 4 months until we actually started dating. Dang,
Yeah.
I jumped up high. This is actually 3 or 4 months into when we started dating, and we actually just one time we just had a conversation, and we were just like, hey, like, let's take about a week and a half and write down like everything that's concerning about the other individual, and we called it our first like concerns conversation. And with that concerns conversation, what we legitimately did is we sat down. It was a very difficult conversation, and we sat down, we said what some of our concerns were, and it wasn't to tear the other person down. It was actually to help them and help relay our expectations in the relationship and even some areas of growth. But when we did it, we actually decided that we wouldn't just point out necessarily a concern about someone else or area of improvement. We had to actually come up with a resolution to help this individual grow into who they needed to be, or just to help guide them in that area, because it actually showed where she was stronger than I was, and vice versa, some areas that I may have been a little bit stronger than she was in. So when you're actually doing this, we actually wanted to read it's Proverbs 27:5-6, and this is the reason why we did it, and this is something that we've carried along our relationship. It's better is open rebuke than hidden love, because the wounds of a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. So it's one of the things where we have to be honest and open with one another, and we have to make sure that we do it in a way that's loving and also compassionate to make sure the other individual is receptive. And you see that in Proverbs 15:1, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. So even when we had our first concerns conversation, now we're probably on our 40th, I don't know. She's always sitting me down.
60th for you, not for me.
But it's always presented in love, and it's always presented with resolve. And we always, even if it takes an hour, we talk through it, we sit down, we make sure we have that happening. And it really helped us propel our relationship to the next level, and help lead me into making that decision to actually make her my wife.
Yeah. And I would say, even just talking about the first concerns conversation that we had, while we were doing it, we both were so nervous because you're in that beginning stage where you don't want to say anything to upset your new partner, your new boyfriend. You want it to be all cutesy all the time. But we really like set that aside and was like, okay, if we're gonna be serious about this, these are some things that we need to talk about. And I mean, afterward, we were like, oh, okay, we did it.
Yeah,
and
like,
so
it wasn't as bad as we thought.
yeah, it really wasn't as bad as we thought. And we definitely grew a lot closer and a lot faster. I feel like after that, it was just like steady rolling. And one of the things that we discussed soon after that was just our timelines. And so that's another thing that we think you guys who are dating should be having those conversations about, is your timeline with that person. So especially with Zeph being 6 years older than me, I had to really assure him that yes, I am ready for marriage soon and I do want to have children, and just different things that I have goals about. I wanted to make sure that he knew and was aware that we're basically on the same page with pretty much everything.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So right after that, you know, she expressed her timeline, and honestly, I remember one day she told me, hey, I was looking at venues and everything else like that. And I mean, this is all before I even gave her the ring. She was already starting to make those steps and those plans. And yeah, so she was pretty dope. So that's why I was trying to get her a huge ring. Still fine. But anyway. but yeah, so at the end of the day, it really it just showed me that she was serious about it. It wasn't just something that she thought I wanted to hear, because as y'all can tell, she really don't care. But no, for all jokes aside, yeah, it just showed me that our timeline was the same, that our foundation in Christ was very similar, and even in knowing that her and I both have to grow in certain areas, we felt confident and comfortable that the other person will receive those flaws and help us grow beyond it.
Yeah. And so yeah, that concludes our video. We think those are 3 great things that you should be discussing or doing with your boyfriend or girlfriend, your fiance. And we hope that you enjoyed this video, and comment below. We would love to chat with you all. We love the comments that we've been receiving so far, and so we'll be back hopefully soon with another video.
Yeah.
So like and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.
All right.
Peace and blessings.
Khadijah Strength 101. It's just Khadijah Overthinking 102, which I haven't seen inside of you, but it's cute. It's fun. You got it. You good, girl.
Okay. I'm nervous now.
Don't be nervous. I know I feel every week. No, joking. Don't be nervous. You got it. What? Girl, I choose to lose.
Choose it.
Period. Ooh. I'm joking. Let me not get in trouble. Alright, you ready?
Yes.
Wait, you recording?
Yes. I thought you were ready.
Nah, okay.
You put your hat on?
You want me to?
No, it's
I ain't
okay.
got a black hat.
No, it's okay.
It's in the car.
It's okay.
Okay.
I have my black hat.
Sure. No, let's rock this out.
Alright.
We'll be alright.
You need some chapstick?
No, I'm good, girl. Let's ain't that ashy. Little saliva, get up in there. Alright, girl, I got 4% battery. We gotta get it popping. My phone might die, but what that is, baby? What that is? What that verse is?
Shut up.
What that one verse is, baby? Bang!